Okay, moment of truth. Let's see if this is going to work. We need to be in the swatches panel and need the rectangle tool. Make sure we don't have a pattern. We just have a fill, although it would probably work with a pattern. But we just want to make a rectangle. That's the same size as our artboard. So I'm just going to go to that corner where it says intersect and click. And fill this with 400 by 400. So now we have this rectangle over the top of our artwork. Come back and get the selection tool. We need to select everything, not everything on the artboard, everything that's associated with this tile. And then we right click on this rectangle. Make sure, we're not over something else. We right click on this rectangle and say make clipping mask. See that right there? Make clipping mask. And the clipping mask, everything else is still there. It didn't crop it. It's still there, but it's visually hidden. If you copied this and took it into Photoshop, you'd get everything else outside of the clipping mask. But for right now, this is our tile. So now, if we go Object, Pattern, Make, we get this mess. Let me hit Command minus a couple times so you can see what's going on. What the heck? And the reason it's doing this is the pattern is respecting this 8 and this 8, and it's where they intersect right there. And the same thing over here with these. Here's the 5 coming out this way and the 5 coming out this way. It's where they kiss. Size tile to art. See that? Click that checkbox and watch what happens. Oh my. And then we go ahead and click Done, Option Command 0. And now here's the moment of truth. Click on this and then come up to our new pattern swatch. You can see this is the old one where all the numbers, everything's horizontal, everything's perfectly aligned. And here's our little cockeyed one. And see, the 8 is larger than the 5, the 2. I can go back and forth and show you the difference. See how this one is a little more interesting? It's still not perfect. It's still too simplistic, but it becomes a little more interesting. And when you look at this, you think, man, what if that 5 were up a little bit or that 3 were down a little bit? And yeah, there are changes to be made. And then we have these unfortunate diagonal stripes going on because of the way our tile is arranged and how few elements there are in it. That's one of the problems with this pattern. But this is the foundation to all the rest of the seamless patterns you make with objects. Like I said before, with lines, it's different. You have to be able to think about where lines are entering and exiting, and this single line doesn't necessarily, a line could start here and go up and down and over and leave at the exact same point, and that would match up just fine. But it may not be the most interesting way to make that pattern.